Good day, my friends. I am super thrilled to be here with you, creating this video to bring an upgrade to you for those who have taken my online recorded class. And you can find it on my YouTube page. If you go to the playlist, okay, you can find my class there. You will have went through the first video to watch on my playlist. You will have done part 1 of my online recorded class, part 2, and now this is the next part that I am bringing in. We're going to be integrating right direct to the core to all that is at the beginning of all things. Okay, and that's what we're going to go through today. But it's really understanding distant healing. And how is it that I'm able to bring healing in the ways that I can, and I don't even need to be next to anyone? It's connecting to the soul body of energy through the intention of the pureness of unconditional love to bring healing to them is the main power behind it, at least the perspective that I'm sharing from in this moment. When we have a connection from our light being within of that unconditional love to bring healing to another, whether it's an animal, pet, it doesn't matter. We're connecting to the soul essence within that physical form. Or also, if you have loved ones who have passed over and you feel to bring light to them, you can connect through the intention of sending the light from you to them, and it will actually connect through the different frequencies. They don't have to be here in human form. Okay, we're connecting to soul bodies within the energy of their physical form, or if they've passed over and you feel like you want to guide them or send more light to them of connecting, if that's a space of where you are, I'm just giving you the knowledge to understand, as I've been doing this work for over 5 years since 2019. Okay, so I'm going to go through again. We're going to go through the experience. I'm going to guide you through and what to practice. So if you need to listen to me and use this one to connect for distant healing and doing it over and over and over through repetition, you're going to build that confidence up to know what you're doing through the experiences of going through the experiences with me. Okay? So always, I mean, if you're listening to me right now, please use headphones if you have them, okay? And obviously, if you don't need to use headphones if you're just doing this for a loved one or for another, wherever they are through distant healing. But it's knowing going into this as well that we hold a sacred space, okay? So there are no distractions. There's nothing around you. You have a sacred space for yourself, okay? If someone's in front of you and you want to do it one-on-one with someone in front of you of a loved one, for sure, right? They can lay there. You can place your hands on them, okay, and let the light go through them. That you can do. So they're laying on a table, they're laying on a bed, they're laying on the floor. It's a loved one. You're sitting here like I'm sitting here, and you just take your hands and you place it on top of them, okay? That's all you do as we go through this process, okay? But as we are distant healing, our palms are faced upward. The light's going to come from your palm if you can feel it already from the first few videos, and they're also going to come through your fingers. Okay, and the light comes out and shines out, and you can feel it if you're in that space now to feel your own body of light energy or feeling the light moving through you. You may feel coolness, you may feel warmth, okay, in your hands. And then when you align fully to the space, at least on where my experiences are, I can feel like a whirlpool. No, I can't think of the word. Whirlpool, no. It feels like a beam of light, but like spinning, okay? And wherever the light goes, if someone's in that direction, you can actually feel the light moving from your hand and shifting over to the direction of where they are. The light will connect to wherever they are, all right? So it's also understanding through this upgrade of me sharing with you today, the light through our third eye, I also use for my third eye. So as it's also coming out of my hands, I am sharing for the first time, I'm also with the light beaming into me, it's also coming out my third eye. and it's bringing more power of transformation, of more light leaving you, connecting to your loved one. So you have the awareness. If you choose to do that, to play around, we are children of light. We can play in our light. There's nothing wrong with that. You're learning and growing through your own personal experiences, right? Same as myself. And I'm just sharing my experiences of the wisdom and knowledge to know more because of the growth and all I've been through in doing what it is that I am here doing in my life today. So, as we get started, eyes are closed. You're comfortable with where you are because we come first, or us being comfortable and being in a good space. We have to be in that space first before we give back to others. Okay, your cup is overflowing, right? And it's also knowing, as I connected you through the beam of light and going through that recording in part 1, part 2, or actually it was in part 2, but through my online class, it was a beam of light coming in because I was connecting you to our main source of energy of all that is. So through the intention, I am now going to connect to the core, to all that is. And it's the same thing like a beam of light, okay? And that beam of light from that space through the deep desire and using it for the highest good of unconditional love to give to another brings us to a space of authority, of using that for the highest good to raise our brothers and sisters of light energy up from any form of the different forms of suffering or struggle. Okay? Typically, it's going to be emotional for the heart or physical for the body. You can set it through the intention, through all that is at the core of its consciousness, of its aliveness of thoughts. You can also set the intention. You're connecting to its energy. You're connecting to its light. You're connecting to its aliveness of thoughts created in that space to beam down into your body, breathing and inhaling it in and allowing the light to just flow from your hands. Okay? And put your faith and trust. It's connecting to it, and I'll guide you through more of an experience. So hopefully you can feel what I'm guiding you through. So then you have the knowledge as you do it on your own. And again, please come back to this video if you need to and practice it a bunch of times, okay, to bring you to that space. And then, yeah, you can practice it on your own as you go through it with me over and over. And then eventually you don't need to use this video because you can do it all on your own, right? So we built it through practice and repetition, and that's how I am where I am today, okay? It's because I've practiced and I've done it over and over so many times in 5 years, okay? So here we go. If you're ready, let's begin. So the first thing I always do, just to share explanations as I do the things that I am here doing, I'm taking that nice deep first breath in, really allowing and just breathing out anything just within me, whatever it might be, and really getting myself to that space of alignment of presence. Not thinking thoughts, but shifting to being aware and observing, and setting the intention that I am breathing in the pureness of all that is, of the core to all that is. So it's just using that intention, breathing in, feeling it, and as you breathe out nice and slowly, breathing out all energy that is not the truth to who I am. And as I start doing this, I'm really focusing on the feeling and sensations. I'm leaving my thinking mind and shifting to the being of light of presence of who we all are within our human form. So we do this by focusing on the feeling and sensations of how the air feels through the intention of breathing in the core to all that is. And then breathing out all energy that is not the truth to who we are. And just doing this a few times, really focusing on the sensations, just being aware and observing the sensations with how it feels, breathing in air into our body, but with the intention of what I have said, in and out. The more light we start bringing in, we become like this beacon. So other energies are aware, and there's nothing to fear with this, but it's just knowing. Set the intention now, or you can do it at the beginning, now that you've had this awareness, to pull your energy field in, not allowing any other energies that are of any form of lower vibration to enter in within our space. And it's just breathing in and allowing your auric field, your energy field, to be pulled in so tight to you, shielding. And as you breathe out, it is shielded around you. Now that you are in a space of feeling so relaxed and just observing, the temples on either side of our mind help us expand and instantly and swiftly raise our vibration up to the truth to who we are. This is very important to understand and to practice. It takes practice to grow with this. So this is very important. For those who are really destined to push themselves, push yourselves to climbing 80 steps by this practice. And you can feel like it's harder and harder to go up, but that's why we push ourselves to go up the steps, expanding, pushing out like the sides of our temples is the best way for me to try to explain it. As you expand with each step going up, raising your vibration and frequency of your being of light, of where you are, shifting out of this earth plane by just using our imagination. So all the attachments to this earth plane of what's here, we're raising out of this space temporarily as we rise up into the pureness of light. So as you are there, imagine I am with you again. I am here supporting you, loving our experience together today. Okay, and each day you watch this video if you go over it. So it's imagining now, it's allowing me into your space by just saying yes in your mind, and my energy will shift next to you in this moment. And together we see a set of stairs with 20 steps. 20 steps is what you want to reach regardless anyways, but 80, you can pause when we go up 20 steps. If you choose you want to practice more and you want to push yourself like 10 more steps to 30 for like a week or a couple weeks, and then you want to push yourself to 40, well, when we get to this 20th step, what you can do is just pause the recording. And when you pause the recording, you can just continue to go. And when you reach 30 steps or 40 or 50, then you can just hit play again. Okay. And that is the best way for me to help you through this recording. So in this moment with me right now, it's imagining with each breath in, okay, you're going to raise your left foot up and you're going up in vibration and frequency. And as you breathe out, you're going to breathe out and imagine your right foot is going up. And as you're breathing out, it's like you're expanding your energy, using your temples, like you're pushing outward. Okay. And then when your foot goes on that step, it's then imagining that you're holding that space that you've risen to. Okay. So in this moment now with me, it's breathing in, raising your left foot up. And as you breathe out, expanding the energy as you've gone up in vibration, going up in frequency. And I'm going to count out loud, and you will continue to do this. And then once we get to the top, like I said, you can either pause the video or you can just continue and let it play. All right. So we can continue now, raising your left foot up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So again, you can pause it now if you wish to go up more, and then hit play. So as we are here, what we have risen to, it's imagining now again, there's a bench to the left and we go and take a seat. Walking over to the space, another beam of light of this massive, beautiful beam is on the side. And as you sit down, it will be on the left side of the bench. It's bringing yourself to feeling and being aware of the sensations of the power that is coming from this light. Just observing in this moment as it is the beam of light coming down from all that is at the core from all things. And it is with the intention from the pureness of your heart to connect in that desire to bring healing to those who need healing, and why you are here connecting. It can be for yourself in this moment. So as we go through the connection, it's allowing the light to move through you when we start. And remember, if we're connecting for ourselves, our palms are face downward onto our lap, and the light will then move through you and cycle through your body, going to where it needs to go for your highest good. But we are connecting, and this is more today. That is just to know that. But as I am teaching distant healing and understanding, it is through the intention of who you wish to connect with. That is all that you need, is through that intention. If it is a loved one here or an animal or whatever, whoever it might be, that is fine. That is your intention. Or if it is to a loved one on the other side that you feel of that loved one needs the assistance of the light to help it rise up from where it might be, if that is a feeling you're having, you can do that as well through this intention. So it is knowing that. So your palms are faced upward. And again, remember the light comes from your hands and it will just go directly to where that source of energy is that you're wanting the light to connect with through the feeling and flow of unconditional love for them. So in this moment, as I am still next to you, that beam of light now through the integration process, the light starts moving over, and you can gently start to notice the sensations on your shoulder and moving over top of you, just observing as it moves all the way over, and you are fully embraced by the light. And it is your free will now in this moment to breathe it in through the top of your head and allowing it to move down through your entire being in this moment. Just allowing it to flow to where it needs to go. The feeling of gratitude, feel that feeling of gratitude for the energy in this moment. And the aliveness will move through you even more. Embrace now that feeling that's moving through you. Embrace it of joy, rejoice. Allow those feelings now to settle through you as the light and you are connected as one. And breathe in and feel the aliveness in this moment as it moves through you. In this space, I am just within the aliveness to the core, to all that is. It's like a flow now of energy moving through every aspect through your being because that is what you're asking for. So even now, asking for that in this moment, and then just allow and observe and be aware of the sensations. Setting the intention, you are deeply desiring, you need to be in that space, that you are integrating, aligning, and attuning to the core, to all that is for the highest good to give back to another. or if you need it for yourself, if you are in that space of why you are here in this moment. But again, for the sake of teaching, as we are doing distant healing. It's bringing into awareness now the person you wish to send the energy to, the person that you feel that's really struggling or suffering, the person who has the attachments of lower vibrations and has not had the opportunity for the right alignments that are still stuck or maybe suffering emotionally or physically, or to the soul being who may be on the other side of your loved one. Whoever it is now, think of them now in this moment. And then it is sending the light through your love for them and just allowing the light to flow to where it needs to go from you to them in this moment. And you can observe in this moment the sensations in your hands, and it's setting the intention right now that you are now going to amplify the power of all that is to move through you to who you are sending it to in this moment, raising its vibration and frequency of that amplification to move through you to them, and saying it within your mind or out loud even more, and feel that aliveness move through you even more each time you say it. Again, even more and more and more. And then hold that space through the intention of feeling that aliveness, connecting them or connecting to them, and just sit and hold this space by allowing the light to move through you to them. It is always allowing them to receive through the intention of unconditional love, as it is not for us. There's no desire of what we want other than to help them, to assist them to rise up out of suffering, for what that means, for why you're sending it. And it is allowing their soul essence to take it on, because you are coming from the pure space of unconditional love for them. That unconditional love feeling is the most powerful feeling I've connected to of understanding when it's to give back to another. It is that power of unconditional love that it has nothing to do with me other than the unconditional love to help and support you to rise up from your suffering, of whatever that means to someone. That is where I leave it at face value. It's understanding if they're suffering with mental health or anything in that form of way, or their heart. It's asking the consciousness, the aliveness of thoughts within our core of all that is, to stream through us now, allowing the aliveness of thoughts of that consciousness to enter into our body by asking for it, as it is moving through with the light, leaving our hands to bring healing for what it needs to help to support, to rise up, and just trusting the energy knows where it needs to go to assist the soul of who we are sending it to for their highest good. And just leaving it at that with faith and trust that it's going to assist them for their highest good, for what they need to help shift them back into the pureness of light for whatever that means for them. And the whole time, as it is happening right now, I'm just being aware and observing of sensations and feelings that I am feeling. I'm not thinking thoughts about what to do tomorrow, what I have to do today, what I should have done yesterday. I am not in that space of thinking. I am in the present moment now, just observing what is happening now in this moment now. This is the alignment to your soul being of presence. The being that will leave your human form is just observing, being aware in this moment now. And that means feeling, observing. Thoughts may enter in, but it is of what is of this moment now. Even me speaking to you now is because we are in the moment together now. Whatever comes to me to share with you now is being shared now. This is presence. Staying in observation and awareness. Again, practice on your own in these moments of amplifying by asking and even breathing that in and expanding with your temples again to experiment with as you raise the vibration and its frequency through its amplification of doing so. And then just observe as you're doing it. It's understanding as well when you're in this space with me is that you can ask for the angelic realm of the beings in this space to also enter in and support you if you need or desire in wanting and asking if they will support. They will come to us now in this moment, bringing more support to amplify us, to bring more power of healing. And through your deep feelings of wanting this, just observe in this moment with me of their energy that enters into the space and asking them to amplify you to send more power of light to that loved one you are sending it to. And just be aware and observe. And then again, with all the energy, we're gonna amplify it again with all of the energy together moving through you now, even more and more and more. And just sitting here feeling but understanding the light is connecting to your loved one in this moment, no matter where they are. And again, it's that sense of gratitude in the highest way that we can feel that towards all the beautiful energy moving through us and around us to give back in this moment, all within the pureness of light. Always feeling that gratitude and joy, rejoicing together as we all work together, and just embracing that feeling of unconditional love and joy and happiness in this pure state of high frequency of light energy. Now, around this time is typically good of what I'm feeling right now. But again, if you wish to stay in this space and you're practicing here, you can just quickly just lean over a little bit and pause the video. Okay, but typically this is good. And then it's allowing your hands to close like a prayer and being so grateful and giving back to all the high energy assisting with this healing today. And then embracing the joy and light of them, of that consciousness, of all of it coming back into you to play in the light together to help our brothers and sisters of light energy rise up from wherever they are, of why you are desiring to connect to bring healing. And then slowly opening your eyes and coming back to me. So that was a very beautiful experience for us to go together today, to do together today, so that you have the awareness more of the power now of distant healing, okay, to bring to people. Or again, if you're you can do this with your hands on them, but practice what I've just went through over and over and over. Raise yourself going higher in those steps, okay? This is all on you at this point for whatever you feel feels right for you. And typically 20 for sure, okay, for the healing aspect. But through the elders telling me you can push yourself up to 80 steps if you choose to, for those that deeply want to really, grow more to understand. And the cool part is that no matter wherever I am, I can quickly just take a moment and then breathe out and expand. And it's so easy for me to raise my vibration from whatever's around me. It's quick and swiftly I raise my vibration because I've done this so many times since 2019. Okay. And just practice. That's all you got to do. Have friends or family. You get them in a state, if someone's around you or you want to do it through a phone call or video call or something like what I do through video call sessions only, I get them in a state of relaxation. Because if you just get them to breathe in and breathe in the light, breathe out anything. Typically, people don't understand vibrations and stuff like that if they're not in that space. So you're breathing in the pureness of light, and then you're breathing out anything of lower energies that aren't ours, anything that's causing the suffering. Tell them to blow it out. And just even get them to do that like 10 times nice and slowly to relax and then they're going to be in more of a space of not their physical self. They're going to be able to sense and feel the energy moving through them more so. For then, this a big part of doing it, the joy that I get is the other person goes through an experience. And what a crazy thing when you can bring an experience for someone to wake up to, like, whoa, what was that? That was amazing. I feel better now, right? And to all that stuff. And you're a part of this. There's no greater feeling. That's why I'm here doing it for you, showing you, because of the joy and goosebumps. I don't know if you can see the goosebumps are not here. I got massive goosebumps for the joy and excitement it brings me to guide people through the truth and the power of our birthright of knowing this stuff, right? So it becomes such a beautiful thing in this lifetime to be able to connect people, to bring more light to them, and to bring healing for whatever that healing is needed for them, physical, emotional, mental. Okay. And yeah. So much love to each of you. Thank you for being here. And until next time, bye for now.